Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tomato Swords stream. Today we have Angel Cup 45, another Rush Duel tournament where hopefully we'll see something a little bit interesting. So I'm pretty sure everyone's kind of on the same page that we're in a 3-deck format, right? We have the Light Galaxy Fusion, we have the Dark Galaxy Fusion, and we have the Spellcaster Fusion. Now, statistically, we have seen Dark Galaxy and Spellcaster have quite similar results. Dark Galaxy has won more tournaments, Spellcaster has more tops overall, so they're kind of neck and neck for second place. I think most people are going to say that Dark Galaxy genuinely is a little bit better, but it's a lot less consistent, whereas the Spellcaster deck is a lot more consistent, but kind of lacks that really high ceiling that the Dark Galaxy deck has. Light Galaxy, though, is just head and shoulders above everything else. That deck is so strong, but still can be beaten by the other two, and can be beaten by other decks. I mean, we did take several wins off of Light Galaxy Fusion on the Dragonic deck during our last stream, so it just goes to show that none of these decks are infallible. And I think that's one of the things with Rush, right, is even if there is a best deck, you can still beat the best deck with anything, really. You just have to get a little bit lucky. Maybe they have to get a little bit unlucky. But if we're talking about consistency, well, the Light Galaxy deck is going to have everything else beat. But today we're going to be playing, and when we get knocked out, probably in the first couple rounds, we will then be spectating and commentating over it. But we should see who we have in the chat. We have Zaki Boys, who is here just to bully me. That is all Zaki Boys is here to do. We have Darth Victor, who is here just to make me feel better. So it's nice to see, though, that we do have, like, heroes and heels in the chat already. It's good that we've, like, fostered this kind of community. But hello, Darth Victor. Welcome. We do have Sakadetsu in the chat as well. Welcome. Hello, Mr. Tomato. Hello, chat. Hello, Sakadetsu. Hope you're having a great day. I'm actually curious, Sakadetsu, what you're playing at the moment with your gemless Rush endeavors, I suppose. I assume you're playing Spellcasters, because on my speed account today, I actually went through and spent my tickets, and I now have like a semi-competent Spellcaster deck. The big thing it's missing is like a Legend Trap. Like there's still just no Legend Trap has been given out for free. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not necessarily saying like we should have one, but like at least give everyone Trap Hole, Konami. Come on, what are we doing here? 5th, even if you want to count stream elements. We always have to count stream elements. So how's Tomato here doing? I'm doing pretty good. All things considered, it's been a little bit hectic and it's been a little bit warm, but today it's been a little bit cooler. So for me, it's been pretty good. I do also have quite an exciting weekend ahead, so I'm quite looking forward to that. And we have been like sneaking in some game time where we could, and whenever I get to play some video games, I'm generally having quite a good time. Glad to be here. Good. I try my best, even though it sounded like I was trying to make myself feel better. You know what? Maybe we all just need to help each other feel a little bit better. Maybe that's what having a wholesome community is all about. And is that Giorfio in the chat? Hello, Mr. Tomato Sesso. Hello, Mr. Giorfio Sesso. I did also notice that Giorfio is taking part in this tournament, so I guess we'll head over here. We got the Angel Cup thing up already. That's fine. That's not going to be in the way or anything. But if we hit a refresh, we'll see how many people actually ended up entering today. I am curious. I also don't know why we have this little overhang at the bottom. Usually we don't have that, but that's fine. It's whatever. We'll fix it later. It's not really important. We got Bismuth, we got Clear Mind, also known as Unknown. We got Ra, Prisoner Tomato, me, Squid. We have Giorfio, Bumpy, Gozu, Jasper, Ursus. We have a lot of people from the Western community in here. We have Friend, Cookies and Cream, or I think this person is usually called Vanilla. We have the Korean VTuber, who is constantly entering these tournaments. I'm going to call this person Amber. Zinryu, Neko Hand, everyone should know Neko Hand. Neo Road Yi. Camellia, we have Kyo, everyone should know Kyo. Shizuri, who actually knocked us out of the last tournament that we entered. Kaiser, Polaris, Monocola, Now, Lion, and Duan at 27. 27 people. It looks like the tournament is probably about to kick off based on the fact that it is just gone 1 o'clock. So we'll jump in and we'll see about finding our opponent. And then once we have an opponent, we can then go about chatting. Oh, looks like we're going to be against Neko Hand in the first round. Okay. Well, actually going on there doesn't actually help me at all because we're not signed in on this browser. So I'll come back to this on here. And then I'll go about communicating with my opponent. And then we will get back to the stream. And we'll do that. And we'll send that message as well. And then we will wait for our opponent to respond. This one not on Psychics. Psychic Bros, it's so over. Oh, no. I mean, you did give it a good go, right? I think you gave it 2 goes to try and have a Psychic. A good old Psychic run. But, you know, it happens. It happens. I won't say because I'm actually watching some TV shows. I see, I see. And is that Sardis in the chat? Welcome, welcome on in, my friend. We are just waiting to hear from our opponent before we play in the first round of the Angel Cup. I gotta run, it's been a rough day. Oh no, I hope everything's going alright, Victor. But thanks for stopping by. Also, what is this that we have? Oh, this is the, this is Angels. Right. I was gonna say, this is a bit weird. What's the best one for this? Probably this. There we go, that looks a little bit better. There's a T-Tomato. Not say it. No, it's fine, it's fine. Holy, I'm versus Cookies and Cream. Oh no, not Cookies and Cream. Oh, our opponent has responded to us. Let's see what they're saying. They are saying, thank you. Okay, so they should be in here in a minute. Neko Hand is one of those players which is like reasonably good. And we are kind of playing meme today. So we're not expecting to do well. But if we sack... Ah, where's my camera gone? Why is the camera tucked away? Ah, there we go. My camera was for some reason off on this thing. That's fine, that's fine. Put the goal on as well. You know, nothing but professionalism here. Alright, our opponent is ready, so we are going to go ahead and hop into the game. We will go ahead and minimize this, and then we will be jumping in to our first game and seeing if we can do okay. Okay, there we go. Everything is now as it should be. Oh, that should be muted. Alright, perfect. Everything should now be as it should be. Alright. Let's see what we can find here. Based on the fact our opponent is playing a skill for him, I don't know what we should do. I don't really want to invest too many resources. So I think we're just going to set. The issue is, we don't know what our opponent's on, right? So if they are playing, like, machines, which this could be, we could be about to get pissed over for a lot. The one plus side is that we know that they're not playing any of the 3 big decks. So maybe we'll be okay. Okay, they got the 3+1 immediately. Where do they go from here? If this is machines... Oh, wait, what? So this is some sort of Pyro deck. What skill does Yuhi have that you would play with Pyro? Oh, is this the Element Blast one? Okay, Fusion's gone. I mean, that's kind of whatever. We don't really care about Fusion. Tributes 2 to summon Chromatographicus. Biomech Mantis. So what is this? Hammer Crush Deal? I'm genuinely confused. I think Neko's been cooking. Unfortunately, this hand does literally nothing. So... is there a world in which this hand does anything? We have no way to draw a card. We can... if we had a third monster, we could have discarded to get that back. That's not going to work. I think this is just another set and pray turn. Ooh. This is, this is not ideal, but I'm sure everything will be fine. We will just go defensive and wait. Yeah, I'm not feeling super happy about this, but We might end up losing to a deck meatier than ours. Just because of really bad draws. But, you know, there's still a chance. There's still a chance. Let's see what he does. Okay. So now he knows what our back row is, but that's fine. It's whatever, right? I suppose it could still be one of either two, right? I mean, we need to have the back row on in case he does summon like an Ancient Gear Golem, right? Like, we would feel so dumb. I'm just gonna let that go. You can have your heavy metal. Then he sets another card, goes to battle, and he's gonna clear both of our guys. All right, we just need to find like Oblivion or something to get this going. We still don't have Oblivion. How have we still not got anything? How is this happening? What is happening right now? I mean, at some point, we're going to need to do something. I mean, I could clear this board even. But, like, is there much gain from it? I mean, I guess. I need to get, like, cards out of my hand. So I think we are doing this either way. So we're going to go Pale. We're not going to use that. We're going to activate Meteor Charge. We'll target this. Then we're going to change this to Defense. I mean, sure, we'll summon this. We'll set this. I don't want to use a second one of this yet. So we'll swing over this. I actually think the defense monster is scarier, so I'm going to let him keep the 200 life points. Okay, it kind of was. This would have given him the 3+1, so... Of course, now we've kind of revealed that we're on Dark. Well, I guess Chaos. Well, I guess he would have known already, because we have 2 of these in the graveyard. Man, having 2 Dark Prophet in the graveyard already, and we've already got 2 Pale Rider in rotation, and we still haven't got anything yet, is pretty rough. Can only be compulsory? Well, he summoned out 2 monsters that had low attack points, and we have a 0 attack monster in our graveyard, so it could have been riding, right? Oh, now it has to be, because we got a full field. Doki Doki Hexenhaus. I'll tell you what. I'm going to compulse this, and if you have just 2 more monsters, that's fine, because it just means that you're just going to have 1 less card on board. But, like, there's not realistically going to be another chance for this. There we go. Activates Biomech Mantis. So this is, like, kind of fine. The issue is that I don't think he's ever going into his extra deck. So holding Compulse just doesn't do anything. Wait, why are we activating that? Are we just not summoning Hexenhaus? Oh, we're just getting the whole hand empty. Okay. Okay, so this ended up slightly better, because by doing it this way, he hasn't got the extra body on the board. I guess what he could have done is just summon Tribute to get out that, and then summoned out the other one. So this actually was a lot better for us. Alright, we'll go Pot of Greed. Then we'll go for our Galactica Fusion draw. I'm going to send both of these. Then here, I think... Do I just add Plora here? Getting rid of his back row does seem nice. I think I'm going to want to do that, so I'm going to create the Plora. So I can flip this. I can also summon out Lava. Are we doing this now? We don't need to, right? We could just... You have to fuse with a Light Galaxy is the major issue. Which is fine. Because we can go... Second Lava. How many of those do we have in graveyard? 1, 2, 3. We should have plenty to do everything we need to do. So now I contribute 1, contribute 2. Summon, activate Extra Plora. Grab back this. And this. Summon out Shooter. Activate Fusion. We go 1, 2. Into Fuse Eve. Then I'll activate Fuse Eve. Put this on... I don't think it matters too much, right? I think there was probably a lethal line that we've just punted here, but that's fine. Put it on the bottom. What's this? Oh, it's that one. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I think we had a lethal line, and we have just thrown the lethal line, but that's fine. I want to get rid of the back row, so I don't know if there was a delay or not, but either way, I want to just get rid of it. Okay, so there was a delay. 1600 on the defense. I can't change anything to defense unless I summon this, and if I give it piercing, it doesn't matter. I guess we just summon. We will set this. And we'll just go battle. Yeah, there was definitely a lethal line if we had just gone for the Dark Hole device, but I was like, partially I was just like, I have everything I need for like the Light Galaxy line that I just wanted to go through, and I needed to get out the extra plasma anyway. I think what I shouldn't have done is gone for Eve. I think I should have just immediately tributed. In fact, do I even immediately tribute? I think you just immediately summon out Apocalypse, then activate Apocalypse to wipe the whole board, then go into extra plasma, pop the back row, and then you just win, right, straight up. Like, there was no reason to overcomplicate it. Alright. Let's go again. The card advantage is crazy. Yeah, it's kind of insane, right? It does help that our opponent's playing meme. We still didn't see his skill. Okay. I think we are just going to go for the set everything play, though. I really don't like losing Pot of Greed, but I also really don't like playing Pot of Greed turn 1. Okay, so he has an Elemental Double Extraction, which is something we did kind of expect. So this is just Chromatographicus Turbo. So the only reason he didn't do it last time because he had too many Chromatographicus in hand. If he's only playing 2, then it makes sense. If you open just 1, it stops the skill. Activates Order. Okay, well this makes me happy I didn't put anything in attack mode. Now the question is, has he got the back row hate? Set 2, set a back row, straight to battle, swings over that. Okay, well that's fine. Draw for turn. Profit here is really nice. We'll go Pot of Greed. We just always Pot of Greed here. The question is, are we sending both of those to the graveyard? Getting Fusion back is not super likely. Unless we flip, use both effects, tribute both to summon that. In which case, I think I will just send the 1. Now the question is, do we go for the Fusion to guarantee? I mean, as is, I can already guarantee it because there's 3 in there. But I could only guarantee 1 Fusion. The alternative is that we just go for Extraplorer. I mean, we don't have Thingy yet, so there's no reason to commit to that kind of play. Alright, we'll go for this first. Then we're going to flip. We're going to flip. And I'm going to summon out Meteor Lava. We're going to use these effects. Right, no Dark Hole Device in the graveyard means this is going to get a little bit funky. We did get what we needed in the graveyard for extra Plora, though. So go ahead and Tribute, summon this. Activate his effect. Still no Dark Hole Device in the graveyard. Grab this. We'll grab this. We'll summon. We'll go ahead and activate Fusion. We'll go 1. We'll go 2. Summon out Extra Plasma. Activate Extra Plasma. There's Dark Hole Device. So we summon. Activate Dark Prophet. We'll put back 1, 2, 3. Add back Fusion. Flip over the Fusion. We go 1, we go 2. Summon out Apocalypse. Activate Apocalypse, and we'll just send, I don't know, Prophet. Grab back Dark Hole Device. Activate Dark Hole Device. Don't think it actually just matters at all what we take here. We'll go Prophet. Activate Prophet. Grab back another Fusion. We'll go Pale Rider. We'll go into Apo. And then that's just lethal, so we just go straight to battle. Alright, we managed to find lethal. We did it. We did it. And now we need to send messages to our opponent. Let's message our opponent real quick. Alright, let's see what they said to us. See, now the issue is we have to keep playing. It's like, ah, no. Do we even bother saving the replays? I guess we'll save this one, so it was like an okay showcase of like what the deck does. Alright, let's see if our next round has been decided yet. It has not. Okay, so we're going to be in limbo for a bit while we wait. So with that in mind, we're going to take a look at the other games and see what's going on. So Shizu got a bye. It looks like everyone's got a bye. So the only game that's ended is Prisoner Tomato 2-0'd Clearminder and is now going against Gozu. It looks like Neo has just beat Now, so he's going to be against Shizu. And then everyone else is in the waiting room. I know Dwan also beat Kaiser 2-0, so Dwan is also advanced up. So who are we waiting on that we know of? I mean, if we go ahead and change this stage watch. We got Dwan versus Ika. That's going to be a good game. We've got Bismarck versus Bumpy. We'll have to see who wins there. Jasper and Ursus. Ursus, I swear, keeps playing against people from our community. Like, it's really funny. Is that Kim friend in the chat? Speed, speed, speed. Let's go. It's originally revealed when you summoned since to be triggered. The GG play correctly. The card advantage is crazy. Playing a non-top 3 deck puts you at a massive disadvantage. It's crazy. Yes. Obviously, we're playing like tier, like top 3 adjacent deck. So like it's basically the same thing. My Goat Like Galaxy being the best deck is so beautiful. I want to cry. Happiness. Is this the Chaos Galaxy deck I saw a few days ago? Yes, we're playing Chaos Galaxy Hidden Bankai. Also, welcome on in Hidden Bankai. Tomato spinning plates. Yeah. There's a difference, right? So first off, whenever I'm streaming, there's like, I don't want to say it's like, it's nerves, but it's like, I'm trying to like, not just hyperfixate on the game, because I'm trying to like pay attention to the chat and stuff. So like, I'm not fully like invested in the game that I'm playing. So I will sometimes make mistakes or just, like, unnecessary plays. That's just what we always end up doing. We just win the tourney now, right? I mean, we beat insects in our first game. I don't know if that is, going to be particularly indicative of how the rest of the tournament goes, but, you know. Oh, no. I'm accidentally watching a replay. I don't want to watch a replay. Oh, and our next opponent is now available. So we will be jumping into that as soon as I get out of this replay. I guess I'll just stick with the same room, right? There's nothing wrong with having the same room. And then we will communicate with our opponent once more. Who is our opponent, by the way? It is also or Akasa. Okay. What can I do for you? Wait, we beat the tier 0 meta threat insects? I know, it's insane. We're just that good. We're just that good. Right, let's see if our opponent hops in. Okay. So our opponent should be hopping in. Unfortunately, Necrohand is still in this room, but I'm sure that's fine. This doesn't matter, right? I'm sure it doesn't matter. Alright. So now we will fix the screen so y'all can see. And then we will see if we can beat a gold icon player playing probably the best deck in the game. Guys, I'm not going to lie. It doesn't look great for us. Gold icon playing the best deck. We're going to have to get very lucky here. And not misplay. Two things we're not very good at. I think I kind of want to get the Oblivion on the board, because, like, having more defense good, but at the same time, it's a really good discard for next turn, and we have got a 1000 defense monster. Ugh, we just need to hope we don't get sacked, because we do also have the trap card, right? Having the Compulse is also really good here. I guess we'll just toggle off until he gets out a monster that we know we're going to have to respond to, right? I mean, he should already know what our back row is, but it will just make it, like, slightly less annoying for him to constantly have to wait. Okay, creates Extraplorer. Goes into Eve. I think because we don't really care about keeping Fusion, right? I think we always just... Oh no, we don't care about this. You can have this. Activates Extraplorer. Toggle off again. Adds back Linak. Adds back Fusion. So this is fine. Okay, we're just going to go for the piercing and that's it. Oh no, we're going to go for this play. Okay. I mean, this forces Compulse. We know he's got, what, Linak in hand? Secret Order is fine. So, Order, Linak, and then what's the most annoying thing the last card could be? Even if it is Meteor Charge, we don't just die here. Okay, so that's a defense position Linak. I'm pretty sure we just know that's a Linak, right? Didn't he add a Linak to his hand? Yeah. Okay, how do we want to approach this? We have that already, which is quite nice. We'll go ahead and activate our skill. I think we just send both of these. I don't need a second boat. I don't really need the second fusion, so I guess it's just always order here. Our graveyard is looking a little bit barren, but, like, it's kind of just fine, right? We want him in the graveyard, unless we want to put that back in our hand. There's no reason to, so we're always tributing over this. Which then leaves, like, am I doing anything with these two? I guess we'll summon out Lava. And I'll summon out Pale Rider. I think I want to summon out Pale Rider here. Yeah, we'll summon out Pale Rider as well. Just to get the extra mill for Lava. Okay, that doesn't change a ton. Tribute these two, summon. Activate Extraplorer. I will grab back this and this. We'll go Shooter. Activate Fusion. We'll go 1. We'll go 2. Into Plasma. Activate Plasma. Pop the back row. Okay, Negate Attack gone is really good. We know that has 0 defense. We don't have any way to gain additional piercing. We're literally Meteor Charge away from just killing. I think we still go Order. Having more attack on the board is always good. There's literally no reason to do another fusion, so I think we just set everything else. So we swing over this. We go over this because we know it's 0 defense anyway. And we get it for 3,000. I don't think there was a better play. Like, I don't... There's no way we could have got Galactica, or Eternal Galactica Oblivion over... What would have had to been? Like, 8,500? Okay, gets the Klein to add back the Oblivion. He knows our Legend Trap is gone. I think the only thing we're really worried about here is if he OTKs us. If he just straight up, like, Eternal Galactica Oblivion and, like, changes Pale Rider to defense, pierces over it, we're just, like, screwed, right? Maybe it was still worth going for the big one. I think going for the big one... I think there's a good argument for it, right? Like, having just a big guy on the board is relatively okay. I'm trying to think, like, because the only way to do that... I mean, could we even have done that, like, in a meaningful way? Because in order to make Eternal, we need lights, right? And we have a Dark Galaxy stuck in rotation. The issue is, we had to tribute the light monster to get it into the graveyard so that we could add it back to our hand with extra plasma. So I think we were always going to be stuck with a Pale Rider. He just won't get to 7/7, right? Easy. I guess, yeah, plus Order. What did he create? Did he create Order? $68. Okay. Yeah, that's just lethal, right? That's 52 plus 52 plus 7. That's not lethal. I think we out here living. Alright, so he goes for the less damage because he wants to protect his back row. What back row could you have that isn't the legend? It has to be Slime then, right? Okay, so we will just go Prophet. Activate Prophet. Add back the Fusion. Activate Fusion. We go 1, we go 2. Into Apocalypse. Activate Apocalypse. Send Dark Hole Device. Add Dark Hole Device. Activate Dark Hole Device. None of these get me a extra monster. So we just take, like, whatever. So probably just, like, Profit. Alright, we'll go Pot of Greed. We're just looking for a normal. There's a normal. So yeah, we should just be fine, right? I guess just in case, we'll go for this, and do we have a fusion on field still? We do. Yeah, I'm definitely getting rid of that then. We'll grab Order. We'll go Profit. He's not live, which is fine. We'll go Eve. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Activate Plora. Add this and this. Go Shooter. And then, yeah. Okay. I mean, that's a good replay. If we do make the Chaos Galaxy video. That is a good replay. Alright. Come on! We just need to sack one more win! One more win! We can do this. Hello, Promanicus, by the way. Welcome, welcome on in. Speaking of Big 3, I've arrived. We're going first again. I don't like going first in this meta, just because if you get unlucky, going first is just a death sentence. I think we do the same here, where we just set 4. Like I said, I really like getting out Galactica Oblivion. If I had 2-0 defense monsters, I would probably distribute set Galactica Oblivion. But because I've got the 1000 defense, I'm like, I have this like false sense of I'm probably gonna live this turn. Plus, it's like, it's nice to have it for the follow-up, because then you get to discard it, get the extra plus off the skill. Is going to summon out the Linak. Does want to just, like, deny resources a little bit, I guess. I don't know if that makes any difference whatsoever. Double Order. We do have a fusion currently. I think we always send this. The question is, what are we doing with that? We have Double Order to just bring it back and use it however we see fit. We can fuse those two together, go into that, bring that back again. We have the Piercing. I guess do I just want Boat here? The issue with going Boat is it's a little bit specific. But I think we still go Boat, right? I mean, what is the line? We go Eve summon back a dude. Tribute 2 into Boat. Boat brings back both. Pop the back row. But Eve gets a bit funky, because Eve is going to put it to the top anyway. But we need the body back. I think we still go Boat, though. So we still don't have that online, which is fine. I think we still fuse with Eve. And that's kind of the first thing we do, because we need the light in rotation. Summon Eve, fuse both, go into that, bring that back, put that back on top, add it to hand. We then have fusion in hand. We'd have that on the board. I would then, what, summon this, tribute both, go for that. Okay, we'll just go for it. We'll just go for it. We're thinking about this too much. It doesn't really matter if we lose even, so... We'll go into Fuse Eve. Then... I mean, I could just do it the other way around, right? Okay, we'll go Pale and Prophet. Tribute 1, Tribute 2 for this. Activate the effect. Well, Darkhold device is ironically now in the graveyard. We can go Shooter, Fusion. Into Extra Plasma. Activate Extra Plasma. Pop the back row. I mean, how big could he get right now with this? Because theoretically, I could just do like the whole shebang, right? Put this on top. We summon this out. Do I just go for the fusion? I'll tell you what, let's do it. Let's do it. We're going to do the fun play. We're going to go Eternal. Then we can go ahead and activate Eternal. Put back 1, 2... we probably want to keep some of this stuff in the graveyard, to be honest, but... So we target this. We'll flip this up. We set. We go to battle phase. This just swings over this. And then this is just lethal no matter where it goes, right? I'm just trying to really make sure we have it like thrown. Alright, 2-0. Chaos Galaxy numero uno. Alright, we'll save that one as well. Alright. Oh, what did I just press? I pressed something. Okay. Alright. Okay. We've done that. Now, we need to go and see if our next opponent has been decided yet. Our next opponent is already ready. There are no breaks on this train, guys. We have to just keep going, apparently. I want to see how the other games are going, but like... It's like never ending. Right, we'll withdraw from this room. I want to get into a new room. Just so we don't have like my previous opponents loitering. Is that Negative Impact and CZ and JD Scrub and Atlas in the chat? Unfortunately, we are full gung-ho in this tournament, so we haven't had much time for chat at the moment. And again, we're playing meme. We expected to get knocked out really quickly. Right, let's see what our opponent said to us. They said, looking forward to competing with you. All right. Go ahead and send the message to our opponent. Alright, who is this opponent we're against as well? I don't recognize them. We're against Lion. Lion was a final... I think they were at least top 4 in the last tournament. I remember the name. This just seems interesting. Chaos Galaxy vid later today. Not today. Maybe tomorrow. All gas, no breaks. Is Chaos Galaxy a thing, or is this a cooking session? So Chaos Galaxy, like, the logic is there, right? There is logic behind playing Chaos Galaxy. Realistically, it is not going to be as good as either Dark Galaxy or Light Galaxy, right? Because you're gonna lose a lot of consistency. Like, a lot of the Dark Galaxy cards want you to, like, shuffle Dark Galaxy cards back from the graveyard. So it's that sort of thing. I mean, there's no reason to sit on Folly, so we might as well send it. That would have been nicer to have for the discard. I mean, are we just setting 3 and passing? He's playing Dark Galaxy. Doing anything is likely to get us killed, realistically. If we summon 2, tribute, summon this, slam in, get in for 25, there's a good chance he just, like, kills us on the crackback anyway. I think we do just go aggro, to be honest. Like, if we can get 2,500 damage in, that's, like, fantastic. And if we can't, there's a good chance we were going to die anyway. Well, we just milled everything we didn't want to mill. Right. See if 14 clears. If we can get 25 in, I'm feeling pretty good about being able to, like, potentially kill on the follow-up if we don't just die. The issue is, there was a delay, which means he probably has Compulse down, and we don't really have a way to play around it. Thank you for the follow, Rose! Welcome, welcome. Alright, let's see what he's got. Yeah, the big issue is, our deck isn't playing standard back row hate, which means our back row hate is Plasma. So we'll summon out Plasma, and we'll force the Compulse, and then if he has another back row, well, we just have to deal with it. Okay, he sent Requiem and DHD, which means he is basically set up for anything, right? He's got 3 Darks in the graveyard, which means Prophet's online. We've got Fusion in the graveyard, so we can do anything we want with that. We have DHD in the graveyard, which means Apocalypse is going to be online. So I'm feeling pretty rough. I think we're probably just dead. But if he does any kind of play with those cards, we were dead anyway. Oh, no, the ads. Okay, Lava and Globule. And Prophet. Activates Lava, gets the triple mill, and it was 3 monsters, which means now you can activate 2 Dark Galaxy effects. I may play this too. I mean, it's fun, but again, it's not going to be as good as the other 2 decks, realistically. Is this top 8, by the way? I haven't been paying attention. Yeah, we have made it to top 8. So Chaos Galaxy has got a top 8 finish, which is nice. Although, if we win here, we lose to Dwan anyway, so... Tributes to summon out Chrysaor. Okay. Okay, so... 1, 2... So this now is going to come down to Chrysaor mills. If Chrysaor... What is his back... There was a delay on summon, right? But he's got negate attack there. I'm very confused. Just beat Dwan too? Ah, that doesn't happen. We don't beat Dwan. Okay, so Fusion comes down. Combines into Theogonia. Theogonia brings back Chrysaor. And then Chrysaor... If it mills 3 monsters, are we just dead? So we take 500... Yeah, if he just mills 3 monsters, we are just 100% dead. If he mills 2 monsters, we have a chance. So we just have to hope that he's not lucky. 3 monsters, we are dead. There is nothing we can do about it. We'll let him finish us off, but we are just dead here. I mean, it feels bad, but like... I'm trying to think if we would have lived. I mean, if we just set 3, we would have lived, right? With the power of hindsight. We would have taken 3,000. I think we still saved the replay either way. But it's like, I feel like there was a good chance we were going to be dead either way. The only thing he didn't have was Pale Rider. He was Pale Rider away from just killing us through anything. Two Cry, one Cutie. Well, the issue is that he didn't have a graveyard on the summon trigger. So I think it might have just been lag, because I wasn't like looking at the hourglass at the time. I was just like, there is delay. Okay, well, we're going second. We have one card to discard for the skill. And he's setting 2 back row. Last time he set 3 back row. This time he set 2 back row. So he's always got a lot of back row going on. Right, I think we just always pog. That is really good. That potentially changes a lot here. We still don't have fusion. So I could discard Boat. The alternative is that we just, summon 2, tribute, summon out Boat, Boat mill, hope to find fusion. I mean, statistically, it's better odds. So I think we are just going to discard Oblivion. Now the question is, how high roll do we want to get? Because we can just create the fusion. That's fine. I think we can't gamble, right? There's no way we're gambling. So we're just going to add this. Then we'll summon out Eve. We'll summon out Shooter. We'll activate the fusion. We go 1, we go 2, interfuse Eve. Now the issue is, because I don't have an extra normal, I have to use Eve first, which is what we don't want to do, but I don't really get a choice. Put this to the top. Then we just summon out Galactica Oblivion. How do we want to continue? We don't have an extra light, so we can't go into Eternal even if we wanted to. I mean, we could just summon. Use that. Doesn't really go anywhere. The alternative is that we summon Tribute 2, go for that, use the effect, get back just the normal monster. Oh, we can't even use that yet, because we don't have 5 more monsters in the grave. We would have 4. We'd have to mill an extra 1. No matter how you look at this, this isn't going to be a lethal line either way. If I had a way to summon out Eternal and then get... Man, no matter how you look at it, that's just not going to work out. We'll just go Pale. I think we will do this. I think getting rid of a back row is still really strong here. Grab this and this. Summon Shooter. Activate Fusion. Go for Boat. Activate Boat. We're going to go Charge. Target this. I'm going to change this one to face up. We'll then set, go to battle, swing with this, and then swing over this. Alright, we got him down to 500. I don't think there was a better line, but... Hey, Team Kage, welcome on in. Yeah, we are currently in top 8, but if we lose this game, we're just out. This isn't a bad board, and this doesn't just, like, automatically lose to, like Theogonia Chrysaor play, which is like the good thing. The bad thing is, if he just has an Apocalypse play, there's nothing we can do, right? I mean, we've got all the tools we need. Our graveyard isn't quite set up. And obviously having 2 Pale in the graveyard is not super useful for us. Gigantomachia wins. So Gigantomachia doesn't win on its own, but it would win if it's Gigantomachia plus like something else, right? Because you'd pop a back row, you'd attack over both, and then I would still have plenty of life points left over. Okay, so that's the danger back row. No traps have been seen yet. I mean, we have to use the skill. Darkhold Device isn't live because we need to discard 3 dark monsters. Fusion isn't live. Nothing's live! Grr. This is the downside of this deck, though, right? Is we're playing so many different types that it makes it a bit awkward. But then again, even if it was live, like, Dark Prophet being live doesn't get us anything. It's literally just Dark Hold Device. If Dark Hold Device was live here, we'd have stuff we could do. I think all we can realistically do is set a bunch of cards. The question is, do we even bother setting Dark Hold Device? Like, it could clog us. I mean, is there any spell card that we draw that... Yeah, actually, Secret Order. But we have to draw into it anyway. Alright, I think this is the best chance we have. And then we just see what he does. Man, we were so close. I mean, to be fair, he probably has a Legend Trap down, so we would have needed Boat. Oh, yeah, we're almost certainly just dead. We're almost certainly just dead. I don't think we can live here. And he'd have to be so unlucky to not be able to kill us. All he needs is, like, Chrysaor, and then, like, I don't know, 2 attacks. Or... like... a Dark Hold Device. Dark Hold Device on its own would probably get the job done. He has got 3 of these in the graveyard. But then he'd just need a Corridor. We know he plays at least 1 Corridor. He's only got 8 cards left in deck. Gigantomachia is coming. Gigantomachia is, like, probably lethal. Right? Because then he just needs any other monster. He just needs, like, Gigantomachia plus 2 guys that can clear over my board, and then he just wins. But he's lost his 1600 beaters. Man, if we had just... This is twice, by the way, that we've discarded Fusion and then drawn into Oblivion. And if it was the other way round, there's such a good chance we just win. Because, like, imagine if we had this in the open, or in the hand, and we didn't draw into it. We could have discarded it, got Boat, just gone into this, tributed 2, summon out Boat, Boat gets me thing, we unbrick the back row, we get to pop the new fresh, and then we just swing over. We just needed this to be 1 card higher in our deck, and it was, like, almost certainly a win. Because this back row didn't do anything. As well as, we know that he's playing Negate Attack, so he couldn't have stopped us with a Compulse. Okay, so here comes Gigantomachia. He has to discard a monster to use the effect. Or a card. He has to discard a card. He can pop a back row. He'll gain the 500 attack. If this is just anything, like if this is a Globule or a, I mean, it can't be Pale Rider. He'd have to have Corridor. He's got all 3 Globule are also in the graveyard. Do we have a way to draw cards? Summons Meteor Lava. Oh, there's the Corridor. Ah, so he's just literally just filled up the deck, and then we're just gonna pray that we just get a bunch of monsters. Well, the chances are he's gonna get monsters. This does seem like a really roundabout way of doing this, though. I feel like there was a better way to just win the game off this. But this should get the job done, right? All he needs to do is mill 2. He got 2. He did get 2. He almost whiffed it, but no, that is 100 over lethal. I mean, it's a shame. It is a shame. I think there was a better way to do this. I think he actually misplayed, but still killed us anyway. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But now we can actually go and watch the games that we actually give a shit about. We'll save the replay, though. So I think we still played that pretty good. We just got unlucky at the end. Game 1, we just opened a terrible, terrible hand, and there's nothing we could do about it. And game 2 was... all we needed to do was have Galactic Oblivion 1 card higher in our deck, and we just win, right? Alright, so we will go and just make sure our opponent isn't feeling neglected. Send a message to them. Let them know it's all GG's. And then we can hop back into the stream, which apparently is not up to date, but that's fine. We can sort this out. So now we have to go back to... oh, who is actually streaming this? Is this Nanau? This is Nanau. Okay, so Nanau probably streams at different resolutions, so we might have to finagle this. Oh no, this is fine. He streams at the exact same resolution as Apaki, so perfect. Alright, so we're going to be watching Ursus versus Shizurui. So let's see what both of them are playing. It looks like Dark Galaxy into Light Galaxy. Ursus is sticking to his guns and being a Dark Galaxy main. Let's get my spreadsheet out so I can start recording. We did manage to get Chaos Galaxy on the spreadsheet though, which is quite nice. I guess that's the beauty of the new format. You can get there in a few ways. Yeah, but I think the way that he did it relied on luck, right? Like, he needed to hit the jackpot, and he was one... because he only got 2 monsters, he only was 100 over lethal, right? If he had gotten 2 non-monsters, he now cannot win, right? So there was a chance that he just lost the game. Whereas I think if you just go for the Dark Hole Device play, you just win, right? I guess it depends if you're playing around specific back row as well, but... because we did have 3 back row that he had to think about. I think he probably also got a little bit caught up in the fact he could make Gigantomachia. Okay, so looks like we're going to see a Theogonia play come down from Ursus. Adds back the fusion, activates the fusion, combine the 2 into Theogonia. Theogonia effect, bring back Chrysaor. Chrysaor effect, and then we'll see how good we are at gambling. Oh, we are going to see the Rice come down. This is an interesting thing as well, because we started to see some players move away from back row, and some players lean more into back row, right? Like, some players have been playing stuff like Ghost Cyclone a lot more, just to try and be like, I'm just going to get rid of all my opponent's back row. But then in response to people playing like triple Ghost Cyclone, triple like back row hate, people have just been like, well, I'm not going to play back row then if you're just going to pop them all. Which then leads to those back row hate cards being a little bit useless. Which is like this interesting like arms race we have of like, should we play back row? Should we play back row hate? Because then you get to the flip side, where if no one's playing back row because they're playing around everyone playing too much back row hate, now you don't need to play back row hate. Which is exactly what we saw with the Ursus build of Dark Galaxy, which I assume is the build that we're on today. Because we have seen this Ursus build, which plays no back row hate and no traps, doing the best. Like, regardless if you like the build or not, you can't deny it has been performing the best in tournaments. Like, there has been no Dark Galaxy Fusion build that has performed better than this. Here comes Riding. So we are very much stacking all the trap cards in this Light Galaxy build. So we're going to go for Theogonia and then back into Chrysaor. This is like an insane combo turn, though. Are we going to go double? Oh, no, we're going to go... Okay. So this is actually really smart, because this way we can clear over both the 25s without having to crash. And then, theoretically, our Chrysaor gets 2 direct attacks. I missed how many mills, or what we milled there, but definitely there was a fusion in there. So it was at least 2 monsters. So it was fusion, 2 monsters. No back row is good at the mode, because Dark Galaxy doesn't care. They recycle. Light Galaxy can add the spells they need. With the skill, spellcasters play Ghost at the Mo over QT. I think, though, it's not that simple, right? If you think you've solved the format with that sentence, then you're a bit delusional, right? Realistically, it's going to be, like I said, people are going to change their builds based on what everyone else in the meta is doing. So Dark Galaxy can just get stopped by trap cards, right? If your opponent is just playing, if they're playing... Now, QT not so much, but like Negate Attack, Compulse can be really detrimental. Slime is generally really, really good into Dark Galaxy. We just saw that Rice can be really, really strong. So Dark Galaxy, in a lot of ways, gets hurt the most by trap cards out of all of the new decks. So because of that, by not playing back row hate, you're kind of just throwing caution to the wind and just being like, well, if my opponent doesn't have any back row, I just win. But if they do have back row, it's like... I don't know where you've got solved the format from, but yeah, that's what we're seeing at the moment. Well, it's because you said that like as a definitive fact, like the way that you stated that. And if you didn't mean to say it, then you worded it poorly. So that is Light Galaxy getting knocked out. And that is Dark Galaxy advancing. So that's what, 2 Dark Galaxy in the top 4? I just accept that if they have the right trap, I may lose the game. And if they don't, I may win. I think that is the correct logic to follow, right? Because we're at the point, and it was exactly the same with Gaia, where if you try to play around everything, you end up missing lethal a lot. Because the chances they have the good trap to stop you is a lot lower than them just not having the trap, right? So it feels bad, I guess, because basically what it means is don't play around anything, throw caution to the wind, Unga Bunga go face. But that is the way to win at the moment, I feel. We always speak from a tournament perspective. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, right? In tournaments, different people will try different things, right? So already we've seen that we just saw a Light Galaxy player playing tons of back row. But it didn't end up mattering there because Ursus had so much gas. There's a solid argument that you take that approach with Dark Galaxy because it's inconsistent. The thing is, I think you take that approach with all of the decks. I think Light Galaxy does exactly the same thing. And to an extent, you do with spellcasters as well. I feel like with this strat, Dark Galaxy is the weakest of the big 3. We're just going hyper-aggressive. But it's good enough to win anyway. I think that's just the thing, right? I think, for me, at the very least, this meta is less about seeing or, like, playing around anything important. It's less about, like, playing well, and it's more about if you just get a really good hand and you know what to do with that hand, you just go face and you'll probably win most of the time. To be honest, the only good trap that really hits Dark Galaxy is the Legend. It's more because you mill a lot. To be fair, I will say Slime Right, great. So the big thing that we're talking about right now is, can you survive a turn, right? Basically, against all three of the new decks, maybe less so spellcasters, your objective is to live another turn. Because if you do live another turn, there's a good chance you just kill your opponent on that turn. So because OTKs are so prevalent, it becomes, I want to kill you. Whenever it's my turn, I want you to be dead by the end of it. And if you're not, I'm now scared that I won't be alive at the end of your next turn, right? So what trap cards end up being is, if this keeps me alive for a turn, I'm in a fantastic spot, right? So because of that, any trap card that can stop you from just dying suddenly gains a lot of value. So in that way, I think Slime is really, really good, because a lot of the time Dark Galaxy will try and win off like a Chrysaor play, or they'll wipe the board, but then they can't get the second fusion out. So it'll be like fusion plus 2 Wimps, or fusion plus 1 boss, and then you can stop them from killing you because of, with the Slime. So I think like that's kind of how I see traps at the moment, is that they are a try survive the turn tool, and if I survive the turn, I'm now in a fantastic spot. Slime is only good at 6k. What do you mean by that? That's not strictly speaking true, right? Because right, like, let's say your opponent goes, I don't know, let's say they have out an Apocalypse, and then they summon out, I don't know, 2 Pale Riders. If they attack with the Apocalypse first, sure, you lose 3,500. But now you can Slime and not die, right? If your opponent attacks with the Pale Rider first, you can just immediately Slime. And then once again, you survive the turn. If you take a Chrysaor hit, Slime is useless. Again, that's just factually inaccurate, right? If your opponent's attacking you, and you're gonna be dead. If at the end of the turn your life points are 0, and Slime makes your life points not 0, then Slime was good. Right? Like, am I taking crazy pills? If your life points is too low, Slime isn't doing much to save you from level 9s. That is true. That is true. But like, for the most part, we're seeing players go from 6,000 to 0 in this format. That's just a common thing that's happening. That's not going to happen every single game, but it is common enough that it's happening a lot. Slime doesn't get worse at your life points get lower, but in this format, it gets riskier. A lot of accessible level 9s at the moment. Yes, but again, I'm more referring to it will keep you alive from an OTK push, right? Now, it's not always going to, right? If your opponent goes like, I don't know, Apocalypse into a second fusion, yeah, you're dead anyway. Slime ain't saving you. But like, I feel like those situations are very niche. The other big one, I suppose, is Eternal Galactica Oblivion. Slime ain't realistically saving you from Eternal. But again, we're talking more about Dark Galaxy here than Light Galaxy. Slime is fine enough. Well, that's the other thing as well, is that like a lot of Light Galaxy players at the moment are playing a triple or double Secret Order. And then they're combining that with Meteor Charge. And so if you can activate a well-timed Slime during that against that board, it will a lot of the time save you. Next ban list, Slime, the Guard, and Restoration to 1. I mean, it could be. Also, hello, Sora. Welcome on in. But again, we're kind of talking like nebulous concepts here, right? We're talking about like, should you run Slime? The argument is like in the air, right? Should you run Slime? I'm not going to tell you should run Slime. What I am saying is that Slime in a lot of situations against some decks is really, really good. It's crazy how good the Cutie Trap is on paper, but how impractical it seems to be. It's the thing to remember with the Execute Trap, Execute Riding, is one, we have skills that can just plus us and let us like search for our combo pieces really easily. Whereas before in OCG, you wouldn't necessarily end with 3 monsters every turn. You wouldn't necessarily get to just pop off with fusion monsters every single turn. But in Duel Links we can, right? Having 10 less cards and having a skill that gives us a free plus means that our fusions are online almost all the time. OTK through Riding and NA, turn 3. I mean, I would like to ask you what you're playing, but I don't think you should tell us what you're playing. Because you're still in, and... Mind you, you'll be playing against... Did you just beat Deco Boko, or did you just beat Lyron? Is the next question, Dwan. We became too good at playing around it and exploiting the fact that you can only flip it in response to effect monsters only. I mean, that is true as well. There are a lot of normal monsters in this meta, right? I mean, OTK through NA just means popped it, right? On 1-0 right now. I see. There's only actually 2 games going on right now. There's the Dwan game, and then there's the game on stream, which is the Giorfio versus Gozu. Is this Gozu? What is going on with Gozu's name? That is not the standard Gozu name. Two-star Yugi or Seto? Are we talking about, are you just playing Duel Links for the first time? I would say whichever one, assuming that is what we're saying, I would say whichever one you prefer. It's not realistically going to make any difference at all. You'll unlock the other one soon enough anyway. So just whichever one you think's more fun. It's his real name. Well, his name on Tonemel is always Potatoes. So maybe it just says Potatoes. The main thing I like about this format is how flexible the top 3 decks are in combo routes. Yes, I do like that. It's a weird one. I feel like this format is the ultimate bell curve. And what I mean by that is... Oh, here we go. This Giorfio taking the W. What I mean by that is... There is enough skill expression in this format that it feels rewarding to play, right? You have multiple different lines you can take, and you can play around some back row based on the differences in what would stop you, what won't stop you, and you can kind of make impactful decisions that do feel, like I say, very rewarding. The downside is, if you know all the lines, if you know how your deck works and you just play it correctly, there's no longer... Games no longer come down to how well you play, and now just come down to how well you draw. And that becomes more apparent the worse back row we have and the quicker we can kill our opponents. So, like, there'll be some hands you'll look at and you'll go, this hand does nothing. I guess I just set pass. And then your opponent just kills you, right? Because they didn't draw a bad hand, and now the game is over. Is 7's washed? I rarely see it top anymore. I mean, wait until ads are gone before we, like, continue with the chitty-chatty, but... We got Dwan versus Lion, who did just knock us out. We've got 20 seconds. Let's see if Dwan can get revenge for us. I mean, we were close to winning. I mean, we still would have had to play a game 3 either way, but like... Oh, this is not good for Dwan. We had to do something similar to this in our game 1 against him, and we got absolutely cooked. Welcome back from the ads, anyone that did get hit by the ads. So to respond to Toti, we did have a Spellcaster get top 2 in Galaxy Rush. And we did get a Spellcaster get top 4 in Quantum. That's kind of like the most recent we've had. But as we were just saying, we are seeing... Basically, this is what happened to us in game 1. We opened a really mid hand, had to make a really mid board, and then just got OTK'd. And it looks like the exact same thing is happening to Dwan here. But we know Dwan's 1-0 up. And it looks like both of these games might just be ending on game 3. Yesterday we had a Spellcaster in top 4. Yes, we did actually. You're absolutely right. It was what? Light Galaxy, Light Galaxy, Light Galaxy Spellcaster. It's a shame as well. I would like to play in the LA Rush Academy and Quantum Rush more, but they start at 10 p.m. for me. And, like, depending on what my week's looking like, that's not necessarily the end of the world, but a lot of the times I can't commit to starting a tournament at 10. Unless I just commit to, like, playing a round, maybe 2, and then dipping. It does feel like the spellcaster list, even though they have the best skill, have to get way luckier. I would say that spellcasters are more about what your opponent does than what you do. Spellcasters, I think, seemingly get to do whatever they want. Like, the only, like, point of contention is, like, do you have Strange Witch in hand? Other than that, I don't think it really matters what the spellcaster has. The big thing is, if your opponent makes a big board of guys, you're now not playing to kill your opponent, you're playing to clear their board of big guys, and then hopefully not die on the crackback. If your opponent just sets a bunch of low defense monsters, maybe with low attack as well, you could just OTK them. So, like, they're very reliant on what your opponent ends up doing. Spellcasters are so good, I'm hoping the deck wins more tournaments sooner than later. Well, it's got 1 tournament win so far out of 12. This is the 13th tournament with this format. So, 1 tournament win so far. And we know it's not made top, right? So we know that was Light Galaxy. So we have... Our top 4 is these 2. Giorfio. And... Ursus. So top 4 is Dark Galaxy, Light Galaxy, Light Galaxy. And... It's Light Galaxy, Dark Galaxy. There's no mirrors. Oh, is Giorfio not 1? Did we just bail out of the game without seeing the result? Or is Tonimo not updating? It's one of the 2. Galaxy Duel Links! Yeah! You were the chosen one! It was said that you would stop the Sith, not join them! That is the big issue, is we called Soromir out. We were like, Soromir, you have to go in there. You have to play the spellcasters. You have to win. So what did Soromir do? Soromir played spellcasters, won a tournament, and then dropped the deck. And is just playing cringe. It's like, come on, man. God forbid a man having variety. You say variety. You played spellcasters like once, maybe twice, and then never again. Like, come on, man. You've played like 100 tournaments as Dark Galaxy, and there's only been 13 tournaments, Sora. Somehow you've played 100 games of Dark Galaxy. I waited like 3 minutes for him to come to the table, then I realized it was game 2. I mean, that's fair. We've all done that. We've all done that. I played it 3 times, sir. Listen, Sora, I don't see 3 spellcaster wins on my spreadsheet, okay? Which means you've only played it once. He dropped it when he didn't win again with it. People would realize his initial win was luck. Well, you got to remember, the tournament that Soromir did win, it was 3 spellcaster fusion in Top Cut, right? So, at that point, spellcaster was doing really, really well. And even in top 8, there was 5 total spellcasters. Okay, fine. I'll do it myself. Alright, can Dwan find the line? We've got 6 cards in hand, right? Surely we just have it. Right, we know that Lion plays negate attack, so we should just be able to come and pop this with impunity. Bro, we literally have 7 cards in hand. Spellcasters. Light Galaxy is so crazy, man. Like, some of these cards are absolutely bonkers. We're going to summon out Linak, activate the fusion, go into Plasma, pop the back row. What do you mean you're not a one-trick? You were spamming 7s in Cyburst meta. And it was the Legend Trap. Absolutely huge from Dwan. But this kind of goes into what I was saying of Dwan just had all the cards he needed, right? The only decision point really here was, do I pop the back row or do I not? Now, obviously, he did pop the back row, so it ended up working in his favor. There was a line here where he didn't pop the back row, and instead he just went balls to the walls, and he would have got absolutely punished by that trap card. Seven cards not lethal. I'm almost certain there was a lethal line there, but we opted to not go for it because we valued popping the back row. Now, whether or not we knew the back row, like there could have been a delay on a previous turn, I don't know. But regardless, if there was or not, Dwan did make the right decision by popping it, right? We've also got 3 back row to protect us. Theoretically, one of them should be live. We already have Slime in the graveyard. There wasn't lethal through NA. No, not through NA. Definitely not through NA. I don't know what your 3 back row are, but based on what I can see, I don't see the line. If there was. Like, no matter what, we had to go extra plasma, right? I mean, the only difference would have been, like, not tributing both the monsters, and instead... But then again, you didn't have any other normal summons, so I don't think there was another line. What's the score here? This is 1-1. I believe this is game 3? This could be game 2. I was losing track. I think this might actually still be game 2. One of my sets is a Legend Trap. Oh, don't say that in here, Dwan. What if Lion, the Japanese player, is in our chat right now? Alright, and Dwan wins. Dwan wins, everybody! I don't know if that was 2-0 or 2-1, but we know that Dwan has won twice. That was 2-0 to Dwan, which means Light Galaxy will be advancing to the finals. And what that means is, everyone, the remaining 3 players in this tournament are all in chat right now. They are all Western players. We got Dwan, we got Ursus, we got Giorfio. So I assume we're going to hop over and watch Giorfio versus Ursus now. If I had won my game, it would have been all 4 Westerners in the chat, bro. It would have been all 4 of us. Feels bad. I let the team down. I think in the games that I lost, though, the only other play I had was set 3 instead of summoning out Oblivion. I think that was literally, like, in game 2, I don't think there's anything else I could have done. I think there was nothing. Ursus Sesso, Rusus Sesso. Yeah, Rusus Sesso. That's my favourite one so far. Now we play the waiting game. I guess I can... I've got to try and work out where it is now. One of these should be... that one? Unfortunately, that doesn't really help me. That is a shame. I'll test SRM for the pre-World Championship qualifier. That's the other thing, is they keep calling it the PGRF. Even though it's like, it's not a GRF. But like, I get why, right? It just makes it simpler. To see if it's optimal for qualifying. It's not an easy one. When is the qualifiers, by the way? Because, like, is it just the 1 week? Like, do we start on the 26th? Then you have, like, the 5 days to get up. And then it's the 31st, it's the 30th to the 1st. I played versus 3 SRM today. I didn't. We played against, what, Insects? Light Galaxy, Dark Galaxy. Alright, Giorfio versus Ursus. Light Galaxy versus Dark Galaxy. Wait. Did I just see in Giorfio's graveyard? Was that Pale Rider? Or am I going insane? Surely I'm going insane, right? Now, saying yes, when I said, like, was that Pale Rider or am I going insane? 3 Lilac, 2 Pale. Interesting, interesting. Is it full-on chaos? Or is it just, we're just playing 2 Pale because we want extra 1600 beaters? Just 2 Pale? I don't think I like that. That doesn't sound good. This, by the way, was 2 very mediocre turns. Giorfio's turn, we didn't really do anything. And then Ursus's turn, we didn't really do anything. So, this is very awkward. Where, like, Giorfio should have a massive advantage now. No back row to worry about. We got an extra 2 cards on the field. We get to create an extra card from the skill. I assume it's for Galactiara Eve stonks. But, like, the issue is Galactiara Eve can't be made using a Dark Galaxy monster. Like, you could, I think you can bring back a Dark Galaxy with its effect, but you can't make it with it. That's Galactiara Fusion Eve. Oh, right. You're just going to use the effect to discard. I still don't like that very much, to be honest. To be honest, I am not the biggest fan of just using Eve to send 2 cards to the graveyard, draw 2. Because a lot of the time, I would rather just have the Eve and fuse it off. That's where it like gains real value. Other than that, it's just kind of filtering. And then, like, it's blind filtering as well. Like, you get rid of 2 normals, and then if you just, like, draw 2 spells, it's kind of whatever. Don't get me wrong, there are some situations where I absolutely would. 100%. Don't even have to think about it. But, like, a lot of the time, if I have the option to make a Galacticara Fuse Eve or use the effect, I'm almost always making Fuse Eve. Okay, we're going to order back the Oblivion. Then we're going to aggressively activate Compulse. This is one of the things that I've been talking about for a long time. We don't see it happen very often, but Compulse being used aggressively is really, really good. It's probably not even that. Maybe he will never comprehend what's going on in Giorfio's twisted Italian mind. I mean, you're not wrong, right? I mean, if you think about it, like, do we really know what's going on in, like, Giorfio or Hikari's minds? Like... Okay, speak of Fuse Eve and she shall appear. This is just lethal, right? Surely this is just going to be a lethal line. Yeah, 1900 with piercing because of Lilac, and then we just attack both of these. This should be hashtag game. Well, Giorfio wins game number 1. I believe that was game number 1. I suppose it didn't have to be game number 1. There we go, game number 2. Let's see. Ursus versus Giorfio. We have a Chronicle Burb versus a Fangirl. Actually, if Ursus wins this, he'll be against his teammate, right? Because I believe Dwan and Ursus are both Chronicle Burbs. The Battle of Sessos. Sesso versus Giorfio Sesso. Gio Sesso? Giorfio Sesso? Gior Sesso? Maybe. Well, the other thing is, if Giorfio does win here, we do just get a mirror match in the finals. Which, like, isn't a bad thing, but mirror matches can be a bit like, eh. Sesorfio. That's not bad. That's not bad. What does that translate to? Just like sex Theo? Sexorfio. You comprehended my twisted Italian mind. Eve is broken. Nah, you crazy. I mean, Eve is good. I don't think it's broken. I think that's a bit far. Am I cooked here? Well, you did just kind of summon a boat and then set a back row. So now it's like Prage that Ursus has got nothing, right? The translation is sex ogre. Makes sense, makes sense. Well, I mean, whenever Requiem comes down, that's usually a good sign. Now, the issue is, this is what? This is 17 plus 16, which means even if we summon, it has to be another Requiem for lethal, right? Okay, we're living. We out here living. Giorfio gets a chance to strike back. Who to start 4M? Again, assuming you're starting the game for the first time, whichever one you want. Without a lot of context. Okay. Klein is pretty good here, but we don't have the Oblivion in the graveyard to immediately trigger the skill. The fact we didn't use the skill first as well tells me we probably don't have an Oblivion. We discarded Boat. No, we just normal summoned. So we summon out Plasma. Activate Plasma, mill 2. We did mill the Fusion. We have now found Oblivion, which means we can now use the skill to get the extra plus, which is very, very, very important. I got the same emote with points twice. Oh, that's a shame. I don't really have any control over it. Time to gamble until I get Manabu. I mean, I'll tell you what, I'll throw a Manabu in chat for good luck. It should be over. I mean, you'd think so, right? Makes another... Wait, what? What? Why would we make Boat? So we make Boat because we want the extra resources. There's no reason to go extra Plasma, because Plura will out a 25 on its own. So, is the plan Eternal plus... If we just go Eternal, it doesn't matter anyway. Maybe it's just for extra mills for Eternal. As well as it will just get you everything you need for Eternal anyway. I think that makes the most sense. We're just going to try and go for an Eternal OTK. Because all we have to do is get Eternal up to what? 76? So we need 77. Summon. Tribute 2, I would assume, is what's about to happen. Into Boat. Activate Boat. This gets us back the Oblivion if we don't already have one. Or if we don't have access to one with like a secret order or something. Manabu. I got 4 dupes, holy. It's just like playing Duel Links. It's just like playing Duel Links. Right, adds back Fusion, adds back Linak, so we're not taking back the Oblivion, which tells me we either have an Oblivion in hand, or we have a way to get to Oblivion. Since we summoned Klein, it has to be Oblivion in hand. Okay, so here comes Oblivion. Then we'll summon, fuse them all together with the Fusion. And then have we got any other way to dump in Graveyard? We should still have a Boat. No, I don't think we have a Boat left. Because we created one into our hand, but then we summoned 2 this turn. So I think we're out of boats. I mean, we could have another boat, I suppose. Where are we going with this? Probably doing some maths. The issue is we can't count his graveyard. So I have no idea how many monsters he's got, so I can't do the math. It looked like he had at least 2 or 3 spells in there. Okay, Eternal's coming down. Everyone say hello to Eternal. Now, are we going to immediately activate? We are immediately activating the effect. So we want to put as many fusions in the graveyard as possible back into the extra, which is only going to be 1. Eternal is lethal without anything else. I mean, does it matter on his mills, though, is the question. He did get 3 monsters. That... Okay, no, he didn't have any fusions. He had no fusions in the graveyard because the Eternal is the 7th fusion. It's not exactly lethal. It is 100 over lethal, actually. And there we will have a Light Galaxy mirror in the finals. Both Dark Galaxies losing to their light counterparts in the... if I can spell like Dark Galaxy. In the semi-finals. Which means I can go ahead and fill out the spreadsheet already. It's Light Galaxy wins. And Light Galaxy is second. Shocker! It's always nice to see GG's in the chat. Yeah, it's a shame. It would have been cool to see Ursus win the Angel Cup twice back-to-back. But, you know, I think Light Galaxy is just the better deck. It's just a little bit more consistent. Although, to be fair, we did see both players have really awkward boards a lot of the time during those games. Like, it felt like that game was like, have a shit board, pass, opponent has a shit board, pass, okay, now I kill you. Giorgir Giril. Georgia Garil? Georgia Jarl? I tried. I really tried. That only takes 1 bullet. Well, it is now going to be Duan versus Giorfio for the title of Angel Cup 45 champion. Who do we think is going to win? Well, first off, both players have to report the game. So someone hasn't reported something. So one of y'all has to go and do that. Either that or Tonomel's not working right. One of those things is happening. I think Tribute Summon 1 is the best turn versus Dark Galaxy because then they cannot mill with Croissant. So you're right. They can't do that, but then they could also just kill you with other stuff, right? I guess it doesn't really matter. If they have, like, a Dark Hole device play, they're killing you through anything anyway, so it doesn't matter. The alternative is, like, what, a Requiem? Like, Requiem goes aggro and could kill you, but it would need to be, what, double Requiem? What's the chances they can get out double Requiem? Realistically, it's not happening. Pull out the gamble? Okay, if you guys really want, we can have the, God, what's it even called? It's a prediction? Well, that's not helpful. Alright. Manage prediction. We already did that prediction. How do I get rid of this prediction? Start a new prediction. There we go. Who will win Angel Cup? That one. So will it be Duan or will it be Giorfio? We're going to go 1 minute because it's going to start in a sec. Actually, we'll go 2 minutes. We'll go 2 minutes. We're going to YOLO the 2-minute prediction. Bam. There you go. We have a prediction up. I was hoping Eternal was a little off, but... I mean, it potentially could have been, right? If we had milled 1 less monster. Literally picked a calculator during my turn and realised I needed to mill 3 monsters. Oh, we've got 10k on each side. Will we see any more bids? 10k on Dwan, 10k on George. I mean, we're almost a quarter through. Only 2 bids so far. Looks like the game is kicking off. Gamble! Oh, we've seen suddenly a lot of bids. Or a lot of gems being thrown in. Alright, Dwan versus Giorfio. Dwan is going first. Now, going first in this meta, probably a little bit worse, but only if your opponent draws cracked. If they don't draw like an absolutely ridiculous hand, going first is always going to be better because you have more resources to be used in the following turn. I bet 148k? My man. So we do see the Eve come down. Then we're going to set 4 and pass it back. Let's see what Giorfio has. Now again, if Giorfio has a really, really crazy hand, this could just be game. But it has to be a real crazy hand. We're going to see Eve come down, discards Oblivion. So what, Giorfio must have a second Oblivion or a way to get this Oblivion back with something like Klein. We are just going to immediately activate the skill. That tells me we already have a second Oblivion. So that's Oblivion and Fusion sent to the grave. We draw 2, we get to create a card. So whatever card we create should be very telling on what kind of hand Giorfio has. How do you think skills like Classic, Restart, and Balance would work in Rush Duels? Would they be broken? I mean, if you're comparing them to the current skills we already have, then they're not going to do anything, right? Like, if you have a skill that pluses you, the plussing skill is going to be better than, like, Restart or Balance. Like, fundamentally, like, card advantage in any card game is always going to be so crazy unless the game is over immediately, right? Okay, so we have an interesting vanilla-y board. We're not going to be getting any damage through. We are going to activate the negate attack. 3 back row, 3 monsters, negate attack has been used. Let's see what Dwan wants to do here. Now, the logic could be we're probably going to lose the negate attack anyway. The logic could also be I've got a big monster in hand. I could draw another big monster. I want to have all the material. Or fodder. If it was Classic Balance, it could guarantee you open a trap on your first turn. The only thing is that we have so many ways to deal with traps that I don't know if it would necessarily matter. Giorfio on Chaos? No, Giorfio is just playing 2 copies of Pale Rider as fodder for Galactiara Eve's effect. So we're going to see Plora come down. Plora's going to give us the +2. We're going to summon out the Linek, activate the Fusion, go into Plasma. We're going to start popping shots at those back row. Okay, Leica comes down. So we can use Leica if we want. Discard a card, gain piercing. Doesn't really do anything right now. Slim is going first, always been an issue in Rush Duels. Kind of. Like, that's why they release cards like Essel and like Ghost Cyclone, right? The logic is those cards give you something, an advantage going second. And there's like Curse of the Rising Light is a more modern card that does the exact same thing, gives you an advantage for going second. But in general, going first has just always been better. But you could say the same thing about just Yu-Gi-Oh! In general, right? Like, you have some decks are tailored for going second, and you get the same thing in Rush. But going first is just always more beneficial. You just always end up with more resources. Or, in some cases, you end up with more, like tempo, right? You'll be able to play cards to the board first, and be ahead of your opponent that way. Zuijo's skill should be buffed to be used to going first. Okay, very good use of Compulse from Giorfio here. We are then going to see Secret Order come down, which makes me think the chances of an OTK is going to be very, very low here. This is just going to be a clear the board play. What is the last card in Dwan's hand, though? Who truly knows? Right, we are going to attack over the Oblivion and attack in for 1400, leaving the Dark Galaxy monster on the field. Knowing it could cause some issues, right? You can't use it as fusion material for anything. It will stop Klein from going off, but we didn't have an option to get a third monster out anyway by the look of things. What round are you up to? I've missed half the stream. Yeah, as Ursus said, this is the grand finals. Ursus lost in the top four, unfortunately. But we do have Giorfio versus Dwan, Light Galaxy, Mirror. Just pretend the Pale Rider on the board isn't there. Don't worry about it. There's only one player we actually didn't find out what they were playing. Who was it? It was... Was it Dekoboko? So if Dwan lets us know what Dekoboko is playing after this, we can actually complete the entire spreadsheet, which is nice. Perfectly balanced. Yep, 0 spellcasters. Even in top 4, in top 8, it was what? Light Galaxy, Light Galaxy, Light Galaxy, Light Galaxy. Dark Galaxy, Dark Galaxy, and then Chaos Galaxy. So, almost the entire top 8 was Galaxy. The only thing we don't know is Dwan's opponent. Based on the fact that Dwan said he played against 3 spellcasters, I'm going to assume that Dekoboko was probably playing spellcasters. Well, Giorfio has 100 cards in hand. Summon out the Linek. I feel like Light Galaxy and 7s are best for the qualifiers. It depends, right? If Dark Galaxy can still just win over 50%, then it's going to be fantastic. She'll finish so many games so quickly. Yeah, spellcasters, that's round 1. Thank you for the information, Bismarck. Do appreciate that. We'll go ahead and throw that in. So there's one non-Galaxy top 8 in this tournament. Also, welcome on in Bismarck. Let's see who does manage to win. Yeah, this is a very slow game, very back and forth. We're only on turn 4, but this has been a very long 4 turns, right? Players trying to make sure that they don't misplay. They have all the time in the world as well, especially compared to Speed, where generally just playing the game takes longer. You have a lot more spare time in Rush. Oh, we have the back row hate. We are going to pop the Meteor Charge, so it was not a trap card. We're going to set 1, activate the Fusion, which means we are going to go into Eternal. Eternal is going to have to hit 8,500 to be able to OTK here. Now, we don't know how many monsters are in the graveyard, but there's got to be a lot in there. And if we make sure that we put back a bunch of... I mean, does it it doesn't really make much of a difference, right? You kind of rather put monsters back into the deck rather than into the extra deck. But yeah, we know there's no fusions in there, like, so there's 6 in the extra deck right now. So this is nowhere near lethal. But this is a hefty chunk. 2 back row and a 3,500 to get through. One of those back row is going to get popped, because obviously we have extra plasma on the field already. Anyway, got to go. My stag doers this evening. I hope you have a good time, Shari. And congratulations. We're like slipping down the chair here. Right. Points, bros, I don't feel so good. It's only game 1, right? So... Jorfio still has a good chance here. Like... Think about it like this. There's no way to clear this without an Eternal. So you have free access to the Galactica Oblivion, but you are going to need to find Fusion and another Light Monster. Which, like, shouldn't be hard, but you never know. Alright, so now, if he doesn't have Fusion, right, this doesn't do anything. Tributes 2. Alright, there's Fusion. That's going to get us everything we need. So, Dwan is going to take the game. That is going to be 1-0 over Giorfio. Let's see what happens next. I wish Galaxy Fusion, for how complicated it is to bring out, retained the attack boost until the end of the opponent's turn. The problem there, Xyz, is that then it becomes good at everything, right? The whole point is it's meant to be a heavy investment to get out, and then you have a chance to kill your opponent, and then that's it, right? If you get to, like, just keep, like, a 7,000, 8,000 attack guy, then that's just really, really good, right? You got to remember as well, it's modular. You can make it, all you need is Galactica Oblivion, that's it. Alright, what I'm going to do is, guys, I'm going to have a quick ad break. Because, otherwise, we're going to get an ad break during the game. So I'm going to go ahead and throw an ad break now. Good old ad break. Although it says that another ad break is incoming. No, don't do that. I want this ad break to replace the other ad break. Don't give me 2 ad breaks. I hate ads. Well, we'll have to wait and see what it does. Twitch is a pain in the butt. Okay, should be another 17 seconds of ads. And then we should be able to get straight back in to the games. While that's happening, I'm going to check my replays. See how many we actually got from that. We got 5 replays from that tournament, which is not bad. So, the good news is the tournament match hasn't started yet. The bad news is I think we're still going to get ads in 2 minutes, and don't think there's anything I can do about it, which feels really bad. I hope Speed Duels gets an end of service announcement soon, and Chulix becomes Rush Duel only. I'm sick of yellow button equals +5 card advantage. Well, that's the neat part. You don't have to play Speed Duels if you don't want to, right? Konami clearly gave up. Just delete Speed Duel at this point. I don't think Konami's given up. I think they just really like there being some really, really busted shit, right? I think it's easier for them to just make new deck overpowered as shit and then just let it be overpowered as shit. And the best way to make it overpowered is just to make sure you release the skill, and make sure it's really broken, right? Wait, what's going on? Why are we looking at tournament lists? Whose list is this? Is this the, This is Ursus's list. I don't know why we're specifically taking a look at Ursus's list here, but... If they gave up, how come they invested on making 2 new summoning animation cutscenes for Utopia and Masquerade? Konami probably makes more money from Speed than Russia. I would be shocked if Konami make barely any money from Rush. I think all of their money comes from Speed. Like, realistically, Speed is the important thing that Konami gives a shit about. Rush is like the side project. Too bad all these new summoning animation won't exist in a Tier 0 Shadow format. Yeah, but Tier 0 is like... It's just something that happens, right? It comes, it goes. The issue is when it sticks around for too long, right? So this is the other Dark Galaxy deck. This is the list that beat us, that was playing trap cards. And there's nothing like crazy standout about it, right? Some of the ratios are a bit weird. Still not playing any back row hate. Until they ban Shadow, the problem with Konami is that they tend to overcorrect with the skills, so they make them busted or useless. Yes. I think it's because it's easier, right? When you're trying to say, I want this deck to be overpowered, it's easy to just give them a skill that's obviously overpowered. You read it, you go, everyone knows this is OP. Bam, right? When it comes to nerfing a skill, again, if your objective is, I need this deck to not be the only good deck in the game right now, over-nerfing it is the easiest way to make that happen. The issue is, what the players want is we're like, could we have like 10 relatively well-balanced decks? It's over? Oh, was it a Shadow game? Is that what was happening? I'm sure we'll watch the replay, right, surely? Now we have a 30-second ad break. I hate you, Twitch. I hate you so much, Twitch. Same applies to Rush. Take Gaia skill, for instance. The only thing Konami needed to do was restrict the extra deck to Gaia cards. That was it, but no. They took the search poly away, and the attack boost is miserable now. Oh. What we should do is jump ahead to a really sick song. Let's go for this one. I mean, we haven't seen the result yet, right? I assume we're going to spectate it. But we'll see in a sec. Game 1, anything better to do? Maybe my compulse was wrong. Well, there it is. We now know that Dwan has won. But are we going to watch it? Are we going to watch the finale? That's what I want to know. Are we just leaving? They're not even going to spectate the replay? Shadow Duel still have replays, right? Oh, there is your payout. We now know that Dwan has won. Game 2 is just unplayable, unfortunately. Yeah. Right, here we go. We are going to watch it. Go for triple monster and pass. I had no lethal, but at least I still had my comp for your next turn. Right. Well, we'll get to watch it here. So we've been told this was unplayable. I suppose we will see for ourselves just how unplayable it was. It always feels kind of bad when the grand finale is a brick, but it is what it is, unfortunately. That is just part of the game. Like, it sucks, but we're not going to not watch the finals, right? Pog comes down. Dwan is Polish? No, he's actually Polish. Funny how my first and last game of this tournament were almost the same. Going second, pot into full low levels. Yeah. It's one of those, like, weird things where, like, I feel like it's not easy to brick in this current meta, and yet it will still just happen. It will still just happen. Ooh, that is not a good... That couldn't have gone any worse. Our opponent gets to keep 2 resources. We have everything face up, so we're going to take a crap ton of damage. Ooh. Was on 3 boat. Well, we got to keep going with the ship posting. I went for attack because I need to discard the garbage in my hand. I mean, I fully understand, but like, if they had 0 defense, at least would have cleared the resources. Here, Dwan gets his cake and he eats it too. Like, there's nothing you could have done about it. It just sucks that this is how it went out. $5,200 and a 2,500 Pierce. It's a shame, but that's what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Also, hello, Paco Waco Taco. Welcome, welcome home. Dwan got cake? Of course Dwan got cake. He's got both kinds of cake. He's got, like, the quantum version of of cake. And he has an actual cake. That's what winners get. Winners get cake. You've won tournaments before, Paco. Has people not sent you cake before? Almost on the same list. I mean, we should... Well, I mean, they'll be posted on the Discord, right? So, we will get to see. He had Meteor, I had MST, and Slime NA. Slime. Yeah, we definitely did see Dwan on Slime. But yeah, that's it for the tourney. That is it for El Tornamento. The question now becomes... Right, first off, here's the list. So this is Galaxy Sesso, so we know this is Giorfio's list. We can see that he was definitely playing the 2 copies of the Pale Rider, only playing 2 back row hate, just on the 1 copy of a trap. Obviously, it's 1 trap, not copy of a trap. Other than that, everything's looking fairly standard. The only thing I would say is we are not playing any of the high defense monsters, which we have seen a lot of people do. That's just 1 less target to bring back with boat. And this is another triple boat build. With so many decks that do that big attack boost to OTK the opponent, is it time for Konami to release Magic Cylinder? The thing is, Magic Cylinder doesn't fix the issue, it just reverses it, right? It doesn't stop the game from ending in 2 seconds. It just now says that you can get punished for playing the game how you want to play it. Which is why I don't like Magic Cylinder. Like, Magic Cylinder has its place when decks like this have been around for too long, and then you want to, like, moderate it. Because if all of the good decks are doing the same thing, which is make 1 big guy, Magic Cylinder just becomes mandatory. But when you have other decks that can compete in the meta that go wide instead of going tall, then I think that's where you can drop, like, Mirror Force as well as Cylinder, and then you get to say to your opponent, or you get to say to players, okay, you can play a trap that's good into this one, or a trap that's good into this one. So this is the other list. We're seeing Meteor charges instead of the back row hate. I mean, yeah, other than that, it's pretty much very similar. We are seeing the high defense, was it Vortex Shooter, I think it's called, instead of the pesky Pale Rider. Eve too good. Well, you say that, but Dwan did end up winning the tournament. And he wasn't playing Pale Rider, so, you know. That 100% confirms Pale Rider bad, right? I'm pretty sure that's what that means. But it's still a little bit early, but I do not think we are going to bother playing a few games on ladder. I think it's a good time to just call it. And then I can get on with a few bits and bobs. and be more well rested for the weekend because I have got some stuff to do on the weekend. Hopefully, we'll be back on Sunday. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be back on Sunday. But I can't guarantee we're going to have a Sunday stream, but we should have a Sunday stream. If we do have a Sunday stream, it'll probably be... I don't know, we might do some speed, to be honest. I kind of want to do some speed. Did Tomato top the Angel Cup? Yeah, we got top 8. Accidentally. We played meme specifically because we didn't want to keep playing. We wanted to commentate. We accidentally got top 8. We weren't like memeing like the entire time. We were trying to win each game. But we did get top 8, which we were quite happy about. But, like I said, back on Sunday. I kind of want to do speed. By the way, anyone that hasn't been watching, Monosync has been doing like really sporadic streams where he just plays speed. And he's now in Legend, I believe. And he's playing the Nouvelle deck. So anyone that's interested in that, obviously Monosync is a fantastic guy. He is absolutely lovely. He runs a lot of tournaments for the community. And it's nice to watch someone that doesn't usually play speed, like play speed seriously for the first time. So 100%, you guys should go and check out Monosync. Like I say, he's been streaming a bit randomly, but randomly throughout the day, he just hop on, play some games in Legend with his Nouvelle deck, and it's been really, really fun to watch. So I'd highly recommend everyone check him out. But, like I say, back on Sunday, probably. We've got a busy weekend ahead of us, and that's kind of it. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!